I don't know what happened. Okay, I was about to say that I don't want to speak long. We had a long session, and I would try to give some summarizing remarks in some minutes. Now, when I look at the many discussions we had on Western Sahara in the last years, I think there were always three concerns we had to deal with. The first is that people used to say, and in this sense, people is also the government of Germany, the legal situation of Western Sahara is uncertain. The second concern was that there is not much information about Western Sahara. There is somehow a silence everywhere that prevents people from looking into the matter. And thirdly, we looked at what the United Nations were doing, the Security Council, and we found indeed what has been expressed also in many of the statements of today. Namely that this wonderful reference, the United Nations, the Security Council is there, we support it, and it will solve the problem. Now, as far as the first concern is concerned, the issue of legal uncertainty, I think this is something which cannot be repeated anymore. Whoever has noted what has happened in the last years, and I refer in particular to the decisions of the European courts, it is absolutely clear that the legal situation of Western Sahara is very, very certain and very clear. The Western Sahara is a non-governing, non-self-governing country, territory. Insofar, it falls under Article 73 of the Charter of the United Nations. And what has been developed in terms of 73 and subsequent articles applies to Western Sahara. I think whoever is saying that the situation is unclear, I think is certainly and obviously clearly false. Now, secondly, to the silence. When you look at what has happened in the last months in particular, I think there was a growing development in the media. And also in political statements, and even the international German-speaking newspapers have produced articles on Western Sahara, and many of them, most of them, I would say, basically in a very good and clear language. Now, to the third concern about the United Nations and the hope that the United Nations would solve the problem. I think we have learned in many of the speeches of today that indeed there is more and more awareness that other mechanisms have to be looked at to solve the problem. And I have noted in following all the presentations of our symposium that indeed we can be somehow sure that there is a growing development, so to say, away from concentrating on the United Nations and more to civil society activities, parliamentarian activities, and so on. And I found in particular it very wonderful that apart from the introducing words we had on Oikoko, that we had this statement by the German parliamentarian intergroup, Frank Heinrich. We had the remarks by Antje Grother, not only about Bremen and the Bremen Bürgerschaft, but also about local or sub-regional, sub-central regional activities. And we had this I think also promising approach by the new chairperson of the intergroup of the European Parliament. And I think this is the way forward. Our small symposium of today, I assume, has contributed and will contribute more to this development. And when I say it will contribute, I refer to our decision that we will publish the symposium in a book for the German audience. And I could anticipate that this publication will really contribute substantially to the discussion. It was a discussion, or it was the presentations were presentations based on facts from different perspectives, on different topics. And I think insofar this is one of really the qualities I assume have achieved with this symposium. So we means the group that will work on the publications. We are looking forward to the written versions of your contributions, and we will work on them and hope to make really a nice book out of what we discussed so far today. With this, I think it is also then my task to thank everybody who has participated in our discussion of today, and including those who have participated behind the scene, who have not contributed verbally, but have had the chance to listen to our symposium. Many thanks for this. And I think with this, I would then close our symposium and wish you a nice evening, a nice weekend, and nice weeks to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Shukran.
And good evening or good day to everybody. Bye.
Good evening.
Bye.
Wiedersehen.